So was it audible till now? Sometimes I don't get a feedback, so I hope it was clear. Let me know if
Yes.
it is going fast or slow, because I was somehow thinking that we should come up to finishing the 16 qualities.
Mhm.
Yeah, Pratap?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is audible, Prabhuji. Very audible.
Okay. Thank you, Vimal Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Welcome to the session. Just 30 seconds more. Let's just give it for others. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and start. So we saw that this particular Kakusta, the king called as Kakusta, he was trying very hard to actually fight with the enemies of Indra. And when he was actually fighting with the enemies of Indra, he lost his chariot. And when he lost his chariot, he asked for Indra to give him a chariot based on whom he could actually ride and he could fight. And he wanted to keep his weapons on this particular chariot. At that point of time, Indra became like a chariot in the form of bull, and he told this particular king called Kakusta to ride on top of him. And by riding on top of him, he was actually fighting with the enemies of Indra. Now, if you know a bull, generally the bull will have a hump on top of it, and that hump in Sanskrit is actually called as kaku, and because he held the hump of the bull and he was actually fighting and throwing arrows and lances and spears and darts, his name was very famous as Kakusta. So that's why his name was Kakusta. One was holding the name of one was holding the hump of the bull, and because Rama came in the lineage of that particular king, Rama's name became Kakustaha. So, in that verse, what Valmiki is saying is not Ramachandra, Ramabhadra, or Ayodhyanandan or Dasharathanandan. He is actually using the word Kakustaha. That means Lord Ramchandra is not showing gratitude to people who showed gratitude to him in this life. He actually excused Kakasur because his father, that is Indra, had helped his ancestor, that is Kakusta, in fighting when there was difficulty. Because he actually helped their ancestors, something that Rama had not witnessed during his presence, but because these ancestors were given this help, Lord Ramchandra said it would be an injustice if I actually punish Kakasur, because it will be an injustice not to Kakasur but to my ancestors who was helped by Indra. So, in fact, in this particular verse, Valmiki clearly shows Konasmin sampratam loke Gunavaan cha Veeryavaan Dharmagnyascha Krutagnyascha. One who has Krutagnyata, one who has gratitude towards other living entities. And that is a very great quality that Lord Ramchandra actually exhibits. The other quality that Valmiki speaks about in the first verse is Dharmagnyascha Krutagnyascha Satyavaakyo, one who is steadfast and one who only speaks the truth. In fact, when Vali asks this question, that who is the person who shot me from the back? Now I know this is a very controversial topic. How much ever you explain Ramayana to many people, they will always come back and ask this question, Prabhuji, but why did Rama actually shoot the arrow behind the bush? Was it not right? Was it not wrong? Was it not, this is not the right way to actually mention it? This is not the right way to kill a person. These questions are asked from time immemorial. The sad part of it is, as I said in my first lecture, controversies of Ramayana are actually, there are no controversies. It is a wrong thing to say there are controversies in Ramayana. But the so-called controversies of Ramayana is more famous than the real message of Ramayana. But anyway, they do not read the fact that Vali actually gives the verdict after listening everything. He says, whatever you have done is correct, O Raghava. Whatever you have done is the absolute thing to be done. I have committed my mistake. This is the verdict of the person जिसके ऊपर बाण लगा, जिसके ऊपर भगवान रामचंद्र ने बाण चलाया. He is saying what you have done is correct. But we are the advocates, we and general masses of people still try to find out mistakes in Lord Ramchandra, which is a quality which devotees do not have. But we have to time and time again protect the Lord by the Acharya's commentaries. So he is a person who is steadfast, because he, when was asked the question who shot this particular arrow, and immediately Lord Ramchandra said, I was the one who shot it. He never flinched at battle of an eye. He never used duplicity. When Parashuram asked who broke the bow, he said, I broke the bow. In fact, Lakshmana said, which bow? Those were just old wooden sticks together, and my brother, he breaks so many sticks, and it was some old stick which was lying there, and he broke. So, and Ramchandra says, okay, don't say like that. I am the one who broke. Please tell me what to do. So he was always Satyavaakya. He was on the side of truth. He was always trying to find out what's truth, and he always spoke the truth. So he's known for Satyavaakya, and Satyavaakya Dhrudhavratha. He is very steadfast. Once he has decided, he will ensure that that is that taken care. And the best example for that is when he decided that his father's words have to be taken care. Imagine all of us, that once our father calls me, our father is Dasharatha, he calls us and says, son, tomorrow is your coronation, you will become king of Ayodhya. And he say, okay, go take rest. Next day morning, he comes and said, bhul jao, whatever I said, you have to go 14 years to the forest. What will we say? First thing we will say, you are not our father anymore, you step aside, आप सटिया गए हो, आपको नहीं समझ में आ रहा क्या करना है. This is not the answer that Ramchandra gave. Ramchandra said, you said one thing yesterday. He never even spoke such words. He said, whatever you spoke now, I will obey it. And I will be steadfast by it. So much so that Bharata actually held his feet. Ayodhya Vasis begged him. Guha begged him. Even Kausalya begged him. But he said, no, I have given my word to my father, and whatever my words of my father is, I will ensure that that is done. And similarly, he was steadfast to the prayers made by the demigods to come and kill Ravana. So these are the qualities in the first verse. Konasmin sampratam loke. You might be wondering why I am saying this sloka again and again and again and again. The fact is, when I was listening Ramayan for the first time, whoever was the reciter, he would have actually said this 100 times. And when he actually said it 100 times, I need not memorize that sloka anymore. And these are one of the most beautiful slokas. If you want to know, if we go before the altar, if we go before the Lord, and we want to actually glorify Him, we should not immediately try to ask. If you look at Srila Prabhupada's wonderful commentaries on Krishna book, he writes this point very emphatically in the Krishna book, that glorification is the most important piece in worshipping the Lord. We should go before the Lord, we should fold our hands, and while we are saying, I am yours and I need this and I need that, we should actually glorify Him. And all our scriptures talk about how we have to glorify the Lord. So these slokas are nothing but glorification of Lord Ramchandra. Hence the first five qualities. Konasmin sampradam loke Gunavaan ischa Veeryavaan Dharmagnya Krutagna Satyavaakyo Dhrudhavratha. So we finished the first verse, but that's not over. That's only five. Gunavaan, Veeryavaan, Dharmagnya, Krutagnya, Satyavaakyo, Dhrudhavratha. Sorry, six. There are six qualities that were mentioned. Now let's look at the other one. Charitrenacha Yukthaha, Sarva bhooteshu hitaha, Vidvaan kaha Samarthascha, Kaishaka Priya-darshana. Charitrena, that is the seventh quality. Charitra, your in Hindi also we say, आपका चरित्र कैसा है? Your what is your character? How was the character of Lord Ramchandra? When he went to school, all his report cards gave A plus plus character. In fact, the character system was based on Ramchandra. In fact, if you compare between the character of Krishna and Rama, people will fight with each other. Because if they both stand in one line, many people say Krishna is characterless because he did so many other things. But Acharya say both are of impeccable character. But if you have to take the examples of character, generally people in this Bharata Varsha and in Sanatana Dharma, they take the character of Lord Ramchandra to be impeccable in nature. And what is an example that he gives of this character? In the Yuddha Kanda, we will see when we come to Yuddha Kanda that there was a fierce fight between Lankapati Ravan and Lord Ramchandra. And finally, Lord Ramchandra takes the ban and hits the arrow on the chest of Ravana. And at that time, when Ravana has fallen down, he actually takes a rest by sitting on the boulder which is there in Lanka, and he's taking a breath because he's been fighting, and he was tired, and he just takes one step and sits down on the boulder, on the stone, and he's taking a breath. At that time, from the inside of the fortress of Lanka comes running the wife of Ravana, and her name is Mandodari. And she comes running because she knows that Ravana would die because on the hands of Rama, because she was a pious and chaste lady. So much so that in chastity, Mandodari's name is also taken as a chaste woman. Draupadi, Sita, Mandodari is also one of the chaste women as per the Shastras. Though she is the wife of a demon, her chastity is considered supreme. So when she was actually coming running because of the grief that her husband has fallen down, she comes running, and Rama is sitting on the boulder. He does not even look up. He sees that a shadow is approaching towards him, and that shadow is of a woman. And he sees that him sitting on the boulder, his shadow is also cast on the ground. And when the female shadow is going to touch the shadow of Lord Ramchandra, he immediately stands up and takes 3 steps back. Everybody sees that why is Ramchandra taking 3 steps back? In the fight, he was always going one step ahead and ahead and ahead. And he says that now that my wife is not there with me, I have given steadfast Dhrudhavratha that I will not marry or even touch another woman, and that should is applicable to my shadow as well. Now that is the character and steadfastness that Lord Ramchandra has. Charitrena chako yuktaha sarva bhuteshu. Chako yuktaha means appropriate in disposition, who is interested, and charitrena chako yuktaha, one who is actually having the quality of impeccable character. That is 7. 8. Sarva bhuteshu ko hitaha. Sarva bhuteshu ko hitaha, he is actually very friendly to all living entities, and this is not to be mentioned at all. He was so friendly to the animals, to the monkeys, to the forest dwellers, to Guha, to Shabri, to everyone. So much so that we know the a great example of the squirrel and its pastime in Ramayana. Hanuman was throwing big boulders into the ocean for creating the bridge, and there was this small squirrel which was actually going inside and wetting itself, coming back out and rolling on the sand, collecting particles and throwing itself between the boulders, shivering its body, and it was throwing the small particles of sand. Hanuman said, Chal hut, what are you doing? We are throwing such big boulders. What can you do? Immediately Lord Ramchandra rebuked Hanuman and said, no, that particular living entity is doing its duty, its service as per its capability. So he was Sarva bhooteshu hitaha. He was actually ensuring that he controlled the pride of all living entities. At the same time, he was merciful to different living entities. You remember, I said one of the third point was Dharmagnya. Now, Dharmagnya also means he follows Dharma very properly. There also we see a quality which is mixed with this Sarva Bhuteshu, which is How does Lord Ramchandra, being a human, the question is, how do we eat our food? With our hands. In fact, we are very orthodox. We should be orthodox. Many people say that we are not orthodox, Prabhuji. No, generally devotees need to be a little orthodox. We need to eat our food with our hands. Generally, that's why we do not use spoons or other things. But if we are using, that's fine. But still, using a spoon means we are eating with our hands. That's why many people, in fact, in my ancestors, when I used to stay with them, when I was actually eating ice cream, one time when my father brought me an ice cream, he brought it in a cone and he gave the cone and the ice cream to me. And when he gave the cone and ice cream to me, so my grandmother actually chastised not me, but my father. And I asked him, why is she chastising you? And she said, this is against the dharma of a human being. And I was like, what does that mean? He said, we are supposed to eat with our hands, not directly lick. Licking is not our dharma. Eating with our hands is our dharma. So generally you will see that even in the Vaishnava etiquette, licking things are not allowed because we are orthodox. We use our hands to eat our food. Similarly, Lord Rama was the most orthodox. So he actually chose people along with him who were actually orthodox. The first example is his gait, the way he walks, is also compared with an elephant. And how does elephant eat? It doesn't eat with its legs. It has got a trunk, which is its hand. It uses the hand, it folds the sugar cane, breaks the sugar cane, and puts it in his mouth. So his walk is compared to actually an elephant. Mattagataha. That means Hati Mattagataha. That is, he has the gait of an elephant. At the same time, he chose the monkeys. How do the monkeys eat? The monkeys also eat with the hands. They don't eat with their tail, they don't eat with their legs. They are also just like us, they eat with hands. And who is the latest example that I gave between Hanuman? The squirrels. The squirrels also, if you see, they hold and they eat the nuts. They also use the hand. So all these animals are also following the principle of Ramachandra, and he chooses his people. Bears also eat honey with their hands. So bears, elephant, monkeys, squirrels, all these animals that he interacted for his services are also Sarva bhooteshu hitaha and Dharmagnya. These two qualities are also very wonderfully showcased. And then we go to the other quality, which is Kacha eka Priya-darshana, one who is very pleasant to look at. And what beautiful example other than Prabhupada's purport that we can give here. Prabhupada gave one of the most beautiful purport, which is that when we say Rama, it's also as Krishna, Sarvam Ramayati. Ramayati means one who attracts everyone. And one who attracts everyone is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and one of his forms is Lord Ramchandra. So there is no question asked about his beauty. His beauty we will describe when we actually talk about when he was born. So I will pause that for that at that time. So Charitrenacha Yukthaha, the seventh was Charitra. Sarvabhuteshu hitaha, eighth was Sarvabhuteshu. Vidvaan, we missed out that. Vidvaan, he was a great scholar. In fact, so much so that with Vishwamitra, within 14 days or 15 days of his travel, he learnt all the Shastric studies. And Vashishta was so happy. He was such a scholarly person that nobody could match the scholarship of Lord Ramchandra. In fact, in Uttarakanda, there are many instances where even a dog comes to Lord Ramchandra's assembly and asks for justice. And when he asks, he even calls Narada, Bharadwaja, Vashishta, and many other sages. And the first thing that they speak is, Lord, we will tell you what is right, but you know all the Shastras. You are the epitome of Shastras. You are the greatest Vidwan. You please take the decision. In fact, they put the ball back into Lord Rama's court. This is unprecedented because as a Kshatriya, he listens to Brahmanas, but here is Brahmanas giving the power back to the Kshatriya because he is the Lord himself. So he is a Vidwan. Vidwan ka samartascha kaschaika priyadarshanaha. He is very beautiful to look at. Now we come to the last four. Aatmavaan ko Jita-krodha, Dyutimaan ko Anasuya, Kasya Bibyati Devascha, Jata-roshasya samyuge. Who is that self-composed one? Atmavan, one who is self-composed. Now, what other beautiful example that we can give for Ramachandra's self-composition? I will stop here for a minute and I will ask from the audience, can anybody speak about an example in the Ramayana where Lord Ramchandra was self-composed, आत्मवान, अपने आप में पूरी तरह से संतुष्ट और कंपोज्ड थे, मतलब उनमें उद्वेगता नहीं थी, कहीं पे भी नहीं थी. Yes, anybody who wants to give a suggestion? Where was he
Prabhuji,
self-composed? Yes, Pratap
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, go ahead.
Prabhuji, Kumar here.
Yeah, Kumar Prabhu, go ahead.
I think best example is within maybe minutes where he was supposed to be king. He was supposed to go to the jungle,
Yeah,
forest,
yes.
and we can say his expression did not change.
Excellent example. Thank you so much, Kumar Prabhu. And that's absolutely the example that was there and is always stated in the examples of Shastras. It is said that he went like a flower bud into the arena and he came back with a fully blown lotus like face, that he did not even flinch, he did not even move for a second. The expression when his father said, you have to go to the forest. Now that's a self composure which is never before seen. Then comes the Atmavan Chodita-krodha, Jita-krodha, which means one who is controlled ire, right? One who has controlled his anger. Can you give me an example? Again, back to the audience. Anybody else apart from Kumar Prabhu? Anybody else who wants to say Jita-krodha, one who has controlled his anger? Anybody? Example?
Prabhuji, when he wanted the samudra to give its way, and it was not giving, that
Ex-
time finally Lord waited and then he got angry.
Absolutely right. In fact, the Samudra Lord did not come in front, and that's a beautiful, actually, a place where he actually Valmiki says that there was an instance of reference of Nashingadev by Lord Ramchandra, where he sometimes go out of the play and he said some dialogues that he's not supposed to say. In fact, if you are playing a part, you should play a part properly. And sometimes the acharyas say Lord Ramchandra was not a great actor because some verses that he spoke in Ramayana actually shows a different character altogether, which was not supposed to be shown. It was supposed to be backstage scenes, but he brought it in the front. So one of the verses is that he shows that there is an instance of Nashing Dev's pastime in that particular place. We will reach there when we talk about Sundarakanda and Kishkinda Kanda. But as Parakrama Viparth Prabhu said, that he controlled his anger and did not show that against the Samudradev at the right moment. So he was Jita-krodha, he was controlling his anger. Even when Vali did not turn up, as a friend, he promised him that he will rescue him, help in rescue Mother Sita. He did not turn up. He did not show his anger. He sent Lakshmana and said, please go and find out and please make Sugriva. I'm very sorry. Sugriva, please remind Sugriva that he has to come and help me. So he did not get angry. He was controlling his anger as well. He did not have anger towards Mantra. He did not have anger towards Kaikeyi. He did not show anger. But at the same time, his anger, which is what? Kasya bhibhyete devascha. That is the second verse. Immediately look at how Valmiki compares. One who controls anger, but when he gets angry, even the devas are very angry or very fair or very scared of him. And that anger he showcased, he expressed that anger when Mother Sita and Lakshmana were supposed to be hurt by Khara, Dushana, and Shurpanaka. He actually protected them. And looking at that, the devas were absolutely stunned. And he was the person who actually disclosed his anger, by which even the devas were very, very fearful. And what is the last quality that he mentions? Anusuyascha Anasuya, uh, Konasuyakaha means one who is not jealous. In fact, we can be only jealous about people whom we think in our mind that are our equals. In fact, the Lord is said that He is not equal to anybody. He is the Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. So, if we cannot even reach to the stage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how will we even think of having jealousiness? He is such a person whom people are not jealous of, and neither He is jealous of anybody else. In fact, He showcases His mercy. So, these three verses Valmiki puts and says, can you tell me a person, oh Narada, who actually has all these 16 qualities? Now imagine this is so difficult. Switch to the other Purana, switch to the other Itihasa, Mahabharata. In fact, in the previous life, Draupadi asks this question to Lord Shiva: can you give me a husband who is very much adept to dharma, who has excellent archery skills, one who is very powerful in strength, one who has all knowledge of Shastras, and one who has full beauty. And when Lord Shiva says, for each of her wish, he says, Tathastu, 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 Tathastu. But all these five qualities were not found in one person. That's why she had the Pancha Pandavas as her husband. So, in fact, we see all these qualities to reside in one person is very difficult. And Narada has been put up this question. It is the most difficult question even than Kaun Banega Crorepati, the 1 crore question. You have to find within the Sampratam Loke such a person. And when the question was asked, you know what was the reply? The reply was a pause. There was no answer for the first few seconds. And everybody is astonished why Narada took a pause. And with that, we will come to an end today. Why Narada took a pause before answering? The real answer is when we actually go to someone's house and they say, I would like to play the guitar and show you how I am actually playing this music. The minute they go to get the guitar, if we say, very nice, you are playing very nice, what will they say? Are Prabhuji, I have not even got the guitar. Let me open the cover. Let me put the guitar cable on my shoulder. Let me play the strings. Let me show you how I am playing my music. Then, if it is nice, you tell me it is nice. But before only going, you are saying it is very nice. No, no, no. I know that you will do it nicely. No, that looks like a flattery. That looks like we are saying something which we are not actually meaning it from our heart. So it is not correct. Suppose the person is about to play, before that also we say, oh, very nice, dude, the music on the fourth note was very nice. No, we cannot say. So when should we say? When the person plays the music, we hear it fully, and afterwards he asks a feedback. How was it? Then we relish it, and then we say it was very nice. Now that is seen as a honest feedback and a honest answer. Similarly, Narada wanted to give a honest answer to Valmiki, so that pause that he took was actually he was relishing the 16 qualities of what we heard. Konasmin Sampratam Loke, Gunavaan, Veeryavaan, Dharmagnya, Krutagna, all these 16 qualities he remembered, and he felt like a wonderful taste coming on the top of his tongue. He tasted all the 16 qualities and he said, now I have to tell you the name of that person. And that name of the person is Lord Ramachandra. In fact, says this in a very beautiful verse in Valmiki Ramayana in the first sarga of Bala Kanda. He says the person is Lord Rama. So this is where we actually would stop here for today, because we have reached 21:20. That's the time. We have to give 10 minutes. Zoom is also telling me you have only 10 minutes more. So we stop here. So what we today saw was we should internalize these 16 qualities of Lord Ramchandra. We should meditate during this lockdown each and every quality of Lord Ramchandra. We should hear the pastimes. Whenever we hear from somebody, we should try to see, hey, is Valmiki's list of 16 getting ticked by this quality? You will find that Lord Rama exhibits these qualities. So if we constantly think like this, we will get a better position for us to assimilate this wonderful science. And we should read Srila Prabhupada's books, who opens us a plethora of events of explaining these wonderful qualities of Lord Ramachandra. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ram ki jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Apadam Adbattaram Dataram Sarvasambatam, Loka Viramam Shri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamiham. Mangalam Kausalendraya Maganiya Gunaptane Chakravarti Tanujnaya Sarvagomaya Mangalam Srimate Raghuviraya Sedulladi Sindave Chidarashtra Rajaya Randiraya Mangalam Asadhyam Navrendivyam Abhishaktaya Sitayam Raja di Raja di Raja di Raja di Raja Ramabhadraya Mangalam. So we stop here. If anybody has any questions or comments, we can definitely discuss. We have 8 minutes to be precise. I see Kishore Prabhu and Mandar Prabhu. Mandar Prabhu, we welcome you to this session. He's a friend of Parakrami Parth Prabhu. Thank you very, very much for joining these sessions. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, or if there is any corrections. Please tweak my ear.
Venugopal Prabhu has a question from my.
Okay. Venugopal Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for a nice lecture today.
Thank
And you are told that 14 gallons of blood required for making a devotee. Can you please explain about it?
14 or 24, I need to refer somewhere. I heard from devotees that 24 gallons of blood is required. So I'll refer and come back what was Srila Prabhupada's exact quote. But the gallons of blood means we have to spend that much amount of energy. We have to spend that much amount of spiritual energy to infuse in a person to make him a devotee. As a Uttama Adhikari, who was a Satyavaakya avatar, Srila Prabhupada had to spend that much energy into each one of them to pick them up from hippies to make them happy. And today, look at them where they are. They are the spiritual masters. We fall at their feet. And that's the quality of a Vaishnava. He's like a Paras stone. So what Prabhupada is mentioning, that much energy, that much effort is taken by a Vaishnava Acharya, every Vaishnava, to make another person a devotee. And that's not easy. 24 gallons of blood is a lot of blood. In fact, you should ask these questions to the coronavirus patients. You ask them blood and breath, they will tell you it is worth of gold. In fact, more than that. So that's the reference that Srila Prabhupada wanted to mention. Any other question?
Prabhu, you mentioned that after killing those 14,000 army, they all went to Yama. Like after getting killed from Ram hand, it is generally after Krishna kills, they go get liberation. So
Yes.
say it should be same in this Rama case also, right? Why
Yes.
did they go to Yama?
So it's a kind of poetry where they said the abode of Yama, but they have a secret passage from Yama to directly to salvation. So actually, when whoever Lord Ram kills gets Ayuja Mukti, but actually in poetry they write it that he is actually they go to the abode of Yama because they are evil, and it's kind of reflecting that fact. So it's a kind of poetry as well. Okay, there is a question from Sridhar Murari Prabhu on the chat. Hare Krishna Prabhu, is there a relation between Bharadwaja Rishi and Lord Rama? Bharadwaja Rishi was the disciple of Valmiki Rishi. In fact, they both were there. So what's the relation? He met him in the travel while he was going in the forest. He came to Bharadwaja Muni's ashram, and all these sages are different sages of different gotras. So there are some relations, but as far as Bharadwaja Muni was also a disciple of Valmiki, and that's the only relation that we have. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my name is Vishal.
Yeah, Vishal.
My question is, Prabhuji, how bona fide is Tulsidas Ramayana? Because if we hear the Ram Katha, mostly from other sampradayas like Sri Vaishnavas and when Radha Vallabh Sampradaya, they basically quote from Tulsidas Ramayana. So how bona fide is that, Prabhuji, from your point of view?
So there are different versions of answers for this. Definitely, Tulsidas Ramayana has got is one of the bona fide versions. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada mentioned that some of the parts might have a little bit of Mayavadic tenor in it, but we are not the ones, we are not so capable to take a scale and a meter and go and check whether Tulsidas was a Mayavadi or not. No, that is not our job. Any language that Ramayana is written, but which has Vaishnav commentaries by our acharyas or in the 4 disciplic lineage sections of Vaishnavas, we are safe. However, for the studies, since Adi Kavi is Valmiki, it's always better to stick to the Valmiki Ramayana. But that said, I also read Tulsidas Ramayana and I get great levels of interest and inspiration as I read Tulsidas as well. But my primary go-to would be Valmiki Ramayana. So it's not wrong because the Uttar Bharat actually follows in a very beautiful way Tulsidas Ramayana. But one is also encouraged, as Srila Prabhupada requested, to read Valmiki Ramayana.
Yes, Prabhuji. As you told this story of Kakasur in Tulsidas Ramayana, the name of that Indra's son is Jayan. So, is there a difference in name of that son of Indra?
He might have different names, but properly he's called as Kakasur ka Vrittant. But he's known as Kakasur.
Okay, okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. We have 2 more minutes. Any other question?
Guruji, after the quality of Jita-krodha, can you please once again tell the other the remaining qualities after Jita-krodha?
Aatmavaan ko Jita-krodho, Dyutimaan ko Anasuya, one who is not jealous to anyone. Kasya Bibyati Deva, one who is even who even the gods fear. And Jata-roshasya samyuge. Jata-roshasya means one when even the gods fear when he is actually provoked for war. So self-composed, who controls his anger, who is brilliant, non-jealous, and who distributes his anger even when um, uh, even the gods fear. I can actually put that all these 16 on the group, and maybe you can take it from there.
Okay, Guruji. And Guruji, can you please shed some light on the episode of Lord Parshuram and Lord Ram's meeting?
3 lectures
Just-
later. we are not yet reached Lord Rama's birth, right? We have just reached on his 16 qualities and and Narada saying that he is the one who is actually you have to think about. So we will slowly reach there. Are there more questions? If yes, I will create another 30-minute sessions because there is only 1 minute remaining in Zoom. Let me know, are there more questions? Should I create another 30 minutes? And those who have questions can join. Those who do not have questions, they can write to me on my number, and then
Just
we
want
can
to
take it
pin.
from there. Yeah, we have only 1 minute left. So what I'll do is I'll create another 15-20 minutes of session and share with you. If those who have questions can join it, those who do not have questions, thank you very, very much for joining today.
Prabhuji, Mandar speaking.
Yes.
Can I get your phone number, please?
Yes, I can give you my phone number. I will pass it to Parakrami Pad Prabhu. It's 9920060365. 9920060365.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you.